Now I'm live. Okay, so here's my lesson. It is 2/27/2020. Okay, so let me back up since I'm recording now. So my example is, if I wrote y equals x squared minus 2x minus 3, that I know that since it's a y equals, it's got to be a graph. And it's got to be a graph with an x squared. And we talked about the fact that those graphs are parabolas and they have this shape. So what I want to do is look for what we call zeros. Zeros are on the x-axis because you have a height. Height is 0, which means your y is 0. So I take and I set my y equal to 0. Okay. Now if I want to find the zeros, and there will be 2 of them. Does that make sense? There would be 2 of them. What I want to do is factor. And then I'll get my mini equations. So I'll go 0 equals. I'll go parentheses, 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 parentheses. And again, what Raleigh said is really important, that there's nothing in between these parentheses, right? Remember we said that? Right? You said that. Yeah, you said that. And then we go x and x. So if you factor, start with that, okay? X and x. I want multiples of -3 that make a -2. Plus 1 minus 3. Nice job, Damien. Everybody agree? Okay. Now, we haven't got the answer yet. We haven't factored, but since it has an equal sign, we have to solve, right? There you go.
And then would it be where it crosses the x-axis?
You're way ahead of me, yes. So I got mini equations, x, 0 equals x plus 1, and mini equations, 0 equals x minus 3, right? And then I'm going to go minus 1, x equals -1. And I've got a plus 3, x equals 3, okay? These are points. These are points. And because we let y equal 0, and they're also called zeros, one point is at -1, 0, and the other point is at 3, 0, okay? So these are points. They're also x-intercepts, right? And the y value is 0 because I let the y equal 0, right? Plus the heights are 0. So I'll have a point here, and I'll have a point here. 1, 2, 3. And for us, for right now, all we need to do is say, all right, I'm just going to draw it in like this. The vertex, we don't need to worry about yet, okay? We'll talk about the vertex and how to get the vertex in the next chapter. Right now, we're just talking about zeros. My zeros are at -1, +3. Thumbs up? Yes.
Can you find the vertex from the equation?
Absolutely. It has to be halfway between, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. So the vertex is here at 1. Plug 1 into your original value and you get your y.
Oh, okay.
How's that? Does that make sense? I will teach that again later, okay? So if you got it, thumbs up. If you didn't, don't worry about it, okay? Okay, it kind of makes sense, doesn't it? The vertex will be right in the middle. Right? And then plug that x value in, you get your y value. Okay, but we're going to talk about that in the next chapter. Okay, all right, pretty good. All right, now I want to do one more thing. Okay, let's look at a problem that looks like this. Okay, so example 2. Let me draw a triangle. Okay, I've got a triangle. I want you guys to draw this triangle. And I know the base is x minus 5. And I know the height is x minus 14, okay? Okay, draw that triangle. And the area of this triangle we are given to be 35 centimeters squared. Okay, write that down. So we've got a triangle. We've got the base is x minus 5, which we don't know what x is, so that's the base. We get the height, which is x minus 14, okay? Now, if we want to find the value of x, we've got to set up a math problem, okay? So what I know about area, because it gives us the area, is the area of a triangle is base times height divided by 2, correct? So I know the area of a triangle is base times height divided by 2. So I'm going to set up x minus 5 times x minus 14 divided by 2 equals 35. Okay? If I need to solve for x, I need to come up with some kind of equation. I have a triangle. I know how to find a triangle is base times height divided by 2. Okay? Looks kind of complicated, but I think we can do it. All right. So when I take a look at this problem, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of the 2. I'm just going to multiply both sides by 2, and that's just going to help clear this up. So when I have to solve, I'm going to go in times by 2 and times by 2, because I'll cancel my 2's, right? And I've already made the problem easier. There's no longer a fraction. I eliminated the fraction by multiplying by 2. So I'm going to rewrite what I have now. I got an x minus 5 times an x minus 14 equals 70, okay? How am I doing? I'm going to do that. You're ahead of me. Thanks, Lauren. Nice. Smart girl. Good. So then, Lauren said, Mr. Davies, why don't we just now do our double distribute with me? So I'm going to do my double distribute, okay? So I'm going to get a x squared minus a 14x minus a 5x plus, because negative times negative, what is that, 80? No, 60. It's probably 70, isn't it? 70? I bet it's 70. It's got to be 70. 5 times 14. It's got to be 70. Yep, 70. Plus 70 equals 70, okay? How am I doing?
Wait, why did you multiply x minus 5 times x minus 14 by 2 when you canceled the 2 out?
2 over 1. Think of that as 2 over 1. 2 over 1, right? So the 2 just completely cancels. Okay. So now I'm going to have a x squared minus a 19x plus 70 equals 70. Okay. And then let's solve for x. So we need to make it equal to 0. You guys agree? So I'm going to go minus 70 minus 70. And I'm going to get a x squared minus 19x equals 0, okay? Yeah, factor. Now this is what we did a couple of days ago. This is common factoring. Remember common factoring? So I'm going to common factor so when I take a look at these, what do these two have in common? An x. So if I take out an x, I'd have a x minus 19 equals 0, right? I've got my mini equations, right? So one answer is x equals 0 and x equals 19. Well, it is possible to have two different answers, but in this case, we're going to throw out the 0. Why would I throw out the 0? Can't have a length of 0, can you? Plus, if I plug 0 in here, what? If x is 0 right here, what do you get for a length?
0.
Can't have that, right? So we just have 19. So that means this length, which is now 19 minus 5, this length is now 14. So I've got one answer. 14 is the base. If this is 19, 19 minus 14 is 5, and there's my height. Okay? And that's all I have for you today. What do you think? Okay? So what I want to do is show you where factoring is actually used, because it's used a lot.